Hey guys, Alan here with Common Grace Outdoors. Thought I'd do something that I've seen a few times on YouTube that really inspired me to purchase one of these. Now, you may know what this is. This is a mystery tackle box, and a lot of guys like to do unboxing videos, and I thought I'd do with one of those with you as well. And if you've seen my other video, you saw me trout fishing, and that's because I live in western North Carolina in the mountains. We've got lots of fantastic trout streams, and so you might think, oh, well, it's got a trout box. But I am originally from the coast of North Carolina, and I loved saltwater fish, loved inshore fish for red drum, speckled sea trout, flounder, all of that kind of stuff. And my family still lives at the coast, and I thought, well, we're going down for Christmas, and any time we're back seeing family, I love to squeeze in some saltwater fishing. And where I fish down there, have a good opportunity at catching red drum, speckled sea trout, flounder, black drum, even some stripers. I'm going to try to do a little bit of striper fishing while I'm down, maybe make a couple videos for you guys when I'm down at Christmas. So I thought I'd do an unboxing of the December 2017 Mystery Tackle Box Inshore Edition. I've already cut the tape because nobody wants to watch anybody cut tape. Let's see what's inside. Well, right on top is something that can always use, especially if bluefish are around. We got some steel leaders here. It doesn't have a length on them, but they look like they're probably 6 or 9 inch leaders. Pretty short, but something you could definitely use if you're fishing around bluefish. And then we've got a cream Mad Dad. Looks like a little swim bait almost. It's pretty heavy. Feels like it might weigh about ½ an ounce. Maybe some lead eyes or something like that. I think a trout might eat that, or striper eat that, especially down where I fish. There's a ton of shad in the river, and so that little shad dot there might be just what I need to catch a striper. Got some Mustad Spring Lock jig heads, and this is something I've never actually used. I've used a lot of jig heads, but never a Spring Lock jig head, which will be great. I've been trying some of the Z-Man products lately, trying to fish for trout, and they don't hold very well on a traditional jig head, so I'll have to try those out. Speaking of trout, got a popping cork here, little orange popping cork, some really big rattles on that. Popping corks are always good in saltwater. Speckled trout, red drum, both something you can definitely catch on these. Fish a live shrimp or a live mud minnow, might do a little bit of that. Got a video planning on doing while I'm down about mud minnows. I have to try this out while I'm down there using that. Some kind of little shrimp here, Western Scandinavia, Salty the shrimp. So it's a shrimp with the name Salty, and evidently it's Scandinavian. The back here says it's for Scandinavian sea trout in mind, which would be sea-run brown trout, I think. There are no sea-run brown trout in North Carolina, but there are speckled sea trout and red drum and black drum and striped bass and flounder, and basically everything that swims will eat a live shrimp. And this is pretty heavy as well. Feels like it might weigh at least ½ ounce. It's got a unique lip. I don't know how that's going to work, how it's going to dive. It's just got one treble hook on the back. We'll try it. You know, that's the great mystery of the mystery tackle box. And the last thing I've got in the box, which would explain why they sent some jig heads, are some Makora shad tails by Lucky John. So they're designed in Japan. It's kind of new to me. Recommends jig heads, drop shot, or a Carolina rig. I will not be drop shotting these, and I will not be fishing them on a Carolina rig. That sounds silly to me, but what do I know? There's 4 of these orange colored little swim shads down here. Speckled sea trout can be really finicky, and sometimes you can throw a bare hook in the water and catch them just about. So maybe this orange flaky little swim bait will be exactly what I need. And of course, some paperwork here, Dribble 8 tips and tricks, or excuse me, just tips and tricks from the mystery tackle box and what's inside my box, giving you the prices of everything. $10 for Salty the shrimp. Must cost a lot to send these shrimp from Scandinavia. The spring jigs, $2.25. Everything fairly inexpensive. $1.99 for the wire leaders, $2.92 for that little cream swim bait, $3.50 for the popping float. Which seems a little expensive, but it's got some pretty big brass rattles on there. And then a little scorpion decal and another little scorpion decal. I'm assuming that's a bait company. I'm not familiar with them, but got a little scorpion decal. Maybe you guys in the Southwest, where it's arid and dry, do a lot of fishing for inshore fish. I don't know. Interesting stuff. Thought I'd show you what was in this month's box, December 2017. I will try to do a follow-up video with some of the stuff, fishing for some trout or drum or striped bass over Christmas as we go. Over Christmas when we go down. If you like what you saw, they had a coupon. I got this for like $4.99 for the month. I thought I'd try it for that. If you like what you see, if you want to see those videos I intend to record here in a week or so, 2 weeks or so, doing some fishing with this stuff in the box, as well as some informational, educational kind of stuff about saltwater and brackish water fishing, click subscribe, and I hope you have a good time in the outdoors enjoying God's good common grace.